and guiding you through the gameplay experience.
Based on our past experiences, our expectations and our state of mind. And this is a key concept in HELLBLADE. We want you to hear the world as interpreted through Senua's mind, as her state of mind changes as she's in different parts of her journey.
And one of these has been to rely on 3D spatial sound.
Usando el sistema de blueprints en Unreal, creé una lógica que te permite colocar un objeto en el mundo y según la distancia en la que estés de este objeto, si está dentro de un ángulo de visión o no, te permite modificar el sonido y de esta manera nos sirve para guiar al jugador.
To test this fully, we came up with this idea that you could play a level that was entirely pitch black, just using 3D sound to navigate. We tried it out and it worked, so we dialed in vision a little bit so that you could find your way. But in principle, the idea was sound.
Welcome. You're safe with me. I'll be right here, nice and close so I can speak without alerting the others. No one will judge her. No one will ever know. Oh, she heard us.
Strangely unnerving and adds to the bizarre sense of reality that Senua experiences.
Combat is important to HELLBLADE, but at its heart, HELLBLADE is about the journey and the struggle of Senua on a mythical adventure.
In a similar way, when you play the game, you experience the world through Senua's mind's eye.
Senua knows that there is no going back to how things were.
We like to think that doing is using what we already know to shape and govern what we perceive in functions. It may be that we can begin to understand what happens in the context of psychosis because somebody constructs a world.
She's finally arrived in the land of mist and fog. The place the Northmen call Hell.
The fire giant has answered. He comes from a land older than mankind.
At the start of the project, we
The bridge that separates the living from the dead. The roots of the tree of death will take you to new lands where you will face the trials.
Look around and you'll see them. The drowned, the sick. Here they lie, rotting in the fields and rivers of hell.
Or some answer, and with the feeling that if they can only achieve that, then there will be a release or a resolution to all of the things that are plaguing them.
And she will fulfill her vow, whatever the cost.
We've covered it. One individual we spoke to told us in vivid terms how this felt for him, where every day felt like a puzzle, the clues of which were found in symbols, sounds, colours and visions in the world all around him.
I and my colleagues at Cambridge University have been doing a lot of work exploring how people can use their prior expectations to increase their sensitivity to stimuli in their environment. And one of the very striking things that we found...
So these ideas form the backbone of the puzzle experiences in the game.
But it's not just a game.
He's dead.
A good example of vision to navigate the world.
One of the service users we worked with, and as a player you have to try and find a way out of it. When I did the body mode,
The levels, gameplay and story are now in place. But it does mean that we can now focus on what really matters, and that's the player experience.
You will walk into the lair of the beast.
Look it in the eye and fight for his soul.
This is your mission. This is your quest.
I just finished the Senua trailer and we picked one scene and we used that scene to really focus us on finalizing the Senua model, her character, her performance, the mood, everything that defined her.
I'll find you, my love. I promise.
Now we wanted to repeat that same trick but for combat, and so we picked an area of the game that was
Senua is a superhero. Because she's
we show enemy health with visible cuts and bleeding, and we show Senua's health with a combination of post-process effects. So if I let Senua get hit here, you'll see blood splats appearing to the screen, and then as you get more wounded, we bring in a vignette and slowly desaturate the screen as well.
multiple enemies at the same time. These fights are very challenging as enemies surround you from all sides.
a good visual progression throughout the level, and a story through line that weaved it all together.
These can be dynamically changed in gameplay to portray Senua's mood. Then we heightened the effects of these to give the final look.
Sound is very important for understanding combat. Every attack type has a unique sound effect and vocal quality. We also use 3D positional sound so that you can know where an attack comes from, even when they are attacking from behind. For the music, we use one of Andy LaPlega's combat tracks and split it into sections. Then I will tie the music system to gameplay to dynamically follow the action.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who is supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are. You killed him. Her world changed that day when the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there is no going back to how things were. That there is nothing to go back to at all. Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy you.
They won't stop me. I can still feel him.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here!
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone!
You will die here.
No!
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Dillion? Is that you? I'll find you, my love. I promise. turning back. It took months to get here. Well, maybe, but I made my promise.
You will die here.
We'll all die someday.
It's getting dark.
I'll continue tomorrow.
You're afraid of the dark.
I'm being patient.
Getting closer to him.
I hope so.
You sure it's safe here?
Yes. Nobody followed us.
Be careful.
I know. I just wish I could rest a little. Shh. Someone's here. I see you. No!
They know you're weak. Get up and fight. You're pathetic.
Control the fear. Let it pass through.
Find the light, the light is your
Remember,
strength, and let it
it's
grow. Find the light is your strength, and let it grow.
open